Take a walk with me to the dark side, where the spirits are archived on the far side. Shadows with dark eyes and creatures that tell lies. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Ghosts. I am your host, SunRay. So if you enjoyed the last episode, guess what? There is a part 2. Hope you guys enjoy.
I like how it went from like scary to
Alien.
yeah, to alien. I've definitely heard some shit before, like about this.
Well, and how you even said, like, they all have these gods that told them to build these things.
Mm.
They all do. Every single society on Earth all have this different god, but they all came from the sky on some kind of flying chariot or something, right? Just their version of it, and they all made them make the same type of structures. How did they communicate that from across the other, opposite ends of the fucking world? They call them something else on each end of the world, but it's the same as shit.
It just makes you think, all these ancient civilizations.
And then they even found a stone that has every single language. Every single fucking language on there.
The doors of Egypt, the height of shit in Athens. You know what I mean? Like, you think about stuff in Rome and how tall, like, the doors are in the Pantheon and shit. Like, why did they need to make the doors so huge?
Yeah.
In alien time. Or alien time. In, olden time,
One time, and I went to a missions trip down in Cortez, Colorado, down here in Cortez. And at the little gymnasium we were staying at, in the middle of the night, I don't know, I heard a weird, door slam. So I looked out the window to see if I could see anything, and I just see this, white figure in a dress walking towards the church.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was terrified, so I pretended like I didn't see it, but,
That's crazy. Did you fall asleep right after?
No, definitely not.
Well, a lot of people say they'll see ghosts and then just pass out right afterwards. They're like, I didn't see anything, and then they immediately pass out.
I pretended like I wasn't there and just slept in my little bed, well, I didn't see anything, but I definitely saw something.
And then what happened to your sisters?
It was before I was born. They were living down in Loveland, and my 2 older sisters, they lived with my grandparents and my mom, and they had this house, and it was pretty creepy. I guess my oldest sister had Samantha, my second oldest sister, they shared a room together, and I guess that was the most active room. And when they were taking baths or were playing upstairs, Cody would always ask, "Where's the little girl that always plays with us?"
Ooh. That to me is always the creepiest when kids talk about ghosts.
Yeah.
Where's this ghost at? You're like, what? Or where's this little kid at? You're like, that's a ghost. What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
those are my stories.
I loved them. Thank you.
That reminds me of on this fucking old ass house in this old ass house in Stout Street. I was there on the 25th of Stout. It was a very spooky place. There were children children in the basement. So, honestly though, there was this dude that, when I was living with my ex, there was this very, very old house that my ex's grandmother's husband had built for her. This house was literally labeled a landmark. It was made so long ago. Like, they got official certification for a fucking landmark. I remember seeing it in the paperwork. I was like, damn, they got a plaque on the front porch now. It's like a ghetto ass house down in 5 Points. But I mean, it wasn't bad, but definitely had a lot of fucking weird experiences there, dude. Like the pit bull freaking the fuck out at something at the door, and stuff like that when nobody was fucking there. I got sent a picture by somebody there, and I was like, I don't know, the dog was in it, and there was 2 eyes, almost like just about as far apart as hers were, in that, in that photo. And I was like, yo, that looks weird. And it was like, but how would the dog's eyes reflect light back into it to project out through the camera, right? Which is what we were kind of talking about. But no way. Turns out I started talking to her dad, and her dad was like, yeah, there's this guy, and he wasn't, I wasn't even telling him about the pictures or nothing like that, or growling that I had heard out the fucking window, and the dog freaking out and growling at shit all the time. And one time I had even experienced, I forgot one time I actually experienced in the middle of the night, the dog I thought was growling, and I was like, what the fuck? You can feel when your dog is growling through their chest. It's like a rumble. I still heard the growl throughout the fucking room, and my dog wasn't growling. And I like, what is that? And I remember I woke the dog up. She's like, what is the fuck? You wake a pit bull up, they kind of like do a twitch.
They're so dramatic.
Yeah. Like, what? Fuck you. Yeah. Sure enough, I guess later talking to her dad, he said that a guy killed himself with his dog there. And so these people always fucking heard growling, and I heard other stories about the same shit, and I had never even said anything to any of them about it. I had never said anything to anyone, because I kind of like she said, I just like didn't want to believe it to be true. I was just like, no, my dog was growling. I'm gonna go back to sleep, but also hide under the covers and suck my thumb at the same time. But
that's crazy that like a dog was there too, because my first thought was it was like demonic, because they come like dogs too, and they growl and stuff. But I think there's ghost dogs too.
Oh, for sure. All kinds of spirits, I would say. But the creepiest thing I ever experienced in that house was there was this one guy that used to kind of be a tenant in the basement. His name was Therapy. He used to like make music and stuff like that. He always told this story about how he saw this like little girl's feet peeking out from like this curtain sometimes when he'd look down there, and sometimes he'd hear a voice and shit like that. And I never believed anything of it until my ex's brother was in Mitchell's basement. Mitchell's grandmother's basement. So I guess it was Teresa's basement. But until they moved in, Mitchell's brother and his lady, and so they moved into the basement. I never really heard anything, said anything like that. But then they started telling stories about it. They started being like, bro, I'm fucking hearing shit down here, man. I'm not even kidding y'all. They're like, we can't even stay in here. This shit's fucked. Wow. Bro, the door for it was like a floor lattice fucking door. Like the shit was angled like this, and it was legit like in a bait. Like you open it fucking like this. And then they started telling these stories and shit like that. Nobody believed him. One time he was just taking a picture of like something or other with him and his lady for whatever fucking reason. In the reflection of his glasses, he caught a small female-like figure in the fucking picture. They started freaking the fuck out, man. They showed everybody that shit. I remember I thought it was bullshit, and I was like, one day I was helping him bring shit in there or some shit like that, new TV. I don't fucking remember, and I was just by myself, you know. And I swear to God, I said, "Hi," you know, like in a little. I was like, "Oh hell, bro!" I ran out of that bitch so fast. I shit you not. Like the way it works, because the stairs are close like this. Like you gotta duck your head, bro.
Oh my God.
I
That's so
fucking
creepy.
bashed my fucking forehead on like solid fucking concrete, dude. I fucked myself up because I was like, oh hell, little fucking Betty and shit like that. And yeah.
I don't know if it's because we're in the woods, but these stories are actually really creeping me out. And I don't ever get creeped out, ever.
I've seen some shit, dude. I've seen some shit. I know
I've
that
seen
one.
a lot of shit, too, in my life. And I think that's why I don't get scared anymore.
Love is my God, you pussies. You got no love, you can't fight this love.
I'll
And you
admit that
can't
it really
fight
scares
this
me. That's why I
feeling
don't.
anymore.
That's why I don't believe it. Because if I let myself believe it, I will get scared.
That's bullshit though, dude. Like, there's no reason to be scared of it.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, you're gonna sit here and tell me and hear her talk about all her fucking demon stories and all that shit and tell me there ain't shit to be scared of.
I didn't say
I've
there ain't
done
shit to
Well,
be scared
being
of.
with
I done
me, there's nothing
exercise.
to
I
be
said
scared
there's
with.
no-
Demons. That's what I mean, but
There's
you ain't
no-
heard some of the shit that she fucking talks
There's
about.
no good reason to be scared of it. I just meant to have fear for it, you know?
Especially being with me, you don't have to be afraid of it.
They feed off of fear. That's what they are. I strongly believe that. Me and Lorraine
Yeah,
were talking
and I'm
about
afraid
this
of it,
earlier.
which is why I block it by not believing. I
Not
don't know.
believing in it.
Yeah.
See,
Oh my
that's what you
God.
tell yourself, but
Yeah,
you know you
I
do
know,
believe in
literally,
it.
I know. That's literally my shield.
You do believe in it. No, dude, there's nothing wrong with that. Knowing is half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to participate because then I'm going to make myself believe in it.
I mean, there's no
Well, I've
more
never
to participate in. If,
I've not ever seen any of that with my own eyes. I have had one third bridge experience and a ghost touched my butt. To me, that's just funny, okay? Like
It
that's
was
not
a
scary.
funny
That
ghost. It was a
funny.
comical
But
ghost.
I can't debunk what the fuck poked me in the ass. Like
So
I
there's
can't
this.
deny that fact that there was nothing in my fucking area to have just randomly poked my ass. All right,
I love
so I
this.
get it.
You should tell the full story because it's an amazing
My
story.
cousin told her a story about how a ghost touched her husband's. You tell Cheryl's
So,
story. I don't
okay.
remember how it goes.
Her husband was vacuuming one day and he said he got poked in the butt. And he couldn't figure out what poked him in the butt. Like he was just vacuuming in the living room, minding his own business, and something poked him in the butt. There was nothing behind him. And he told his wife Cheryl about it. And she was like, oh, yes, whatever. That's funny. And then she was vacuuming in the same living room and something poked her butt. And she was like, are you freaking kidding me? This is not real. Are you serious? Well, then she told me and Jessy about it. And later that night, Jessy was like kind of bent over, pulling up her pajama pants or something like that. And something poked her in the butt. And I was looking right at her and her whole face turned pale white. Like she almost looked like a ghost. And she was like, babe, something poked me in the butt. She's like, and like we had the curtain down because it was in the RV, and the curtain wasn't even moving or anything. Like
Yeah,
something
that's
fell, like
there's
nothing.
there, so I'm
Nothing.
standing there, like I'm not moving or nothing. I'm like literally trying to like figure this out. I'm like, what the fuck just touched me? What the fuck just fucking touched me? Like,
fuck.
and then she's like, babe, it's your cousin's ghost. So after we've had this story, I absolutely need to know if anytime in the near future one of you guys gets poked in the ass.
Yeah.
Because this
It
ghost
has yet to travel to somebody
this
else
ghost
so far, but
is like one of those traveling, it's gonna poke you in the ass one time and go away type deal.
Gotcha.
But I want to know if it keeps doing it. Like, I need to know.
I'll let you know for sure.
Well, no, there ain't no way. I have a special thing with
Don't worry, he
spirits.
doesn't like poke you in the ass. It's not ass
It's like
rape,
the butt
but
cheek.
I mean, yeah, he's like, no, he got me right in the ass crack. Okay.
Oh wow.
It wasn't in
That's
the butthole,
even
but it gets you
creepier.
right in the ass crack.
Stay out of that shit, man.
Ooh, don't be
You
touching
grab
my
Oh,
butt.
shit.
So I can stir it.
Day 22
Right.
in the guest house.
Oh man. I
That
love
is crazy.
ghosts.
Quit wishing your butt touching ghosts on us, man. That's fucked up.
I don't know,
What the
man.
fuck
I
is
He
haven't
used to go
heard a
That's the whole
feedback
reason they
story.
brought us to the woods.
I have-
That's part of the ritual
I
to
have-
pass the butt touch ghost. It's like, man,
It's gonna
like you
become
get
the new
poked in
camping
They
ritual.
say it's only
ain't
a
even-
touch, but it's really like just.
Maybe that's why it hasn't worked.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit!
Or
No.
maybe it just happened. Like, I think it might just be my cousin's house ghost.
Maybe.
Because we were at her house. Oh, man.
Shit.
Were we still parked in her front yard when it got me?
No.
No, we had moved.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, same reason, it's just her house. She got the ghost.
Cheryl's house has a ghost in it, I think. I think it's in the basement though.
Yeah.
Probably. Her basement's kind of creepy.
That's the only place I've ever felt any weird energy. But basements are really hard. Sometimes, like when we've slept there, but you have to spend a lot of time in basements to really decipher if it's actually a spirit or if it's just like the hot water and heater, because a lot of the main house's electricity comes from the basements. And they've even proved it. Like my EMF reader will even show you, like, when you get close to power sources, it starts to skyrocket and puts off that same feeling like somebody's watching.
That's because you're moving your feet. You don't do it. You don't eat. Fuck. I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah.
Dude. Fuck. I just every single time I talk about shit like this, my brain goes and reverts back to a state of mind where I'm like, this shit is definitely real, because I'm always like, nah, whatever. My job is my reality, and there's no ghosts. I have a job. I'm a job man. But then I think back and I'm like, dude, everywhere I fucking go, I've always experienced shit like that. I've always lived some kind of life out of the ordinary. Like at my mom's house when we very first moved in, the house she's still living in. Me and my brothers used to hear the footsteps upstairs when we knew our mom was asleep and go upstairs and my mom was, you know, shit like that. And I've had a
footsteps when I was there.
Jordon fucking heard footsteps
Oh,
inside of the house too many times.
Okay,
He was
dude.
there.
That,
And-
I'm sorry, but this totally just reminded me.
Okay.
That fucking video Cameron just fucking posted.
Oh yeah, the
you
one I
wanna
was
talk
just
about
trying
a
to.
haunted
Okay.
fucking house,
Well,
dude.
thanks
That-
for letting me finish
So,
my story.
sorry.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead and finish it.
I don't remember the rest of it.
The steps.
There was walking in the house and it was spooky.
Yeah.
And it happened when we were kids. I was just trying to be funny. Instead, I was just a dick. I'm sorry. Okay.
So this TikTok of Cameron's, if he gives me permission, I'll share it on this podcast episode. But he does this singing one, and he walks into the bedroom, and like before he walks into the bedroom, there's this like feather like orb that floats down in front of the TV and then kind of disappears, and then it goes off to the side of the screen like in front of the closet, and it trails. So it's not just a dust or a bug, it's like it's a spirit because it has a tail and everything, and it trails.
Well, and
So
you
that's
can
one.
see that one. You can see a flick of dust float across the screen.
So you can tell the differences. And
But,
then I think there's
yeah.
another one that shoots up straight out of him right when he finishes the song.
Several people have asked me to do an open verse challenge for the remix that I did to try that in a small town. So,
come from a small town in the Rocky Mountains. If you don't like me, that's okay, cause I'll do my thing. You do yours, we keep it moving, we have a day. Keep in mind, we're not the same when it comes to mine. We'll defend what's right. Doesn't matter where you come from, protect the ones that I breathe for, black or white. In the end, we bleed the same. We in this fight, we came together, we can rise. Don't let the media take it right. My people who don't run and raid, and before you can go and get riled up, take your safety pin, grab your race card, rip it up, listen up.
Challenge for the remix that I did to try that in a small town. So,
I come from a small town in the Rocky Mountains. If you don't like me, that's okay, cause I'll do my thing. You do yours, we keep it moving, we have a day. Keep in mind, we're not the same when it comes to mine. We'll defend what's right. Doesn't matter where you come from, protect the ones that I breathe for, black or white. In the end, we bleed the same. We in this fight, we came together, we can rise. Don't let the media take it right. My people who don't run and raid, and before you can go and get riled up, take your safety pin, grab your race card, rip it up, listen up.
In other words, that dude has fucking.
He has spirits, and like the featherly one, I told Jesse, I was like, I've seen that one around him a lot. Like when he performs and he sings those really emotional songs, he always has a white feather or some kind of white smoke behind him. All right. Thank you, Scott, Jordan, Jesse. Can you guys see my face? No.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you,
This
SunRayki.
is SunRayki with the. Oh fuck!
Where's the
What is the
flashlight?
name? Don't. Oh man, I forgot the name of the podcast. I forgot the name of the podcast.
Where's the flashlight?
Fuck! Right here. Right here.
It's called
Let's Talk Ghosts. SunRayki with Let's Talk Ghosts. Alright. This has been Let's Talk Ghosts with SunRayki and Jessy Madwack Jackson. Featuring Monkey and Monk-S. Thank y'all for tuning in. Alright. Man, that sucked.
All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to an episode of Let's Talk Ghost. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a spectacular night and keep it creepy.
would you